What is going on, guys?
I'm going to kill you.
No, you're not. Don't do it. Okay, let me run you through what happened. All right. So here's the story. So I decided that we should record a podcast this morning, and we went an hour and 13 minutes strong.
At least.
I cried. Like, there was actual tears. There was aliens. There was a whole bunch, man. We went through it all. And then, as fate would have it, when I went to go edit the video, there was no audio. For some reason, our system glitched and not a single sound came through. So if anyone can lip read, we have the video, no sound.
It's real nice, Clark.
Real nice.
Real nice.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can.
There
I
you go.
just said that.
There it is. Real nice,
I'm
Clark.
going to kill you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Well, how was your week? Should we do that? How was your week?
It's been exhausting. Just about as exhausting as today.
Yeah, today's been interesting, hasn't it?
So very.
How's this week been?
Bit busy and tiring.
We're at war with Iran now.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess we should just say 13 countries are at war with Iran now.
Yeah, they've pretty much single-handedly managed to anger the entire world in just a matter of a few days.
Yeah, it hasn't been good.
No.
There's been mess ups on both ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. The school, I think they shot down their own airplane at one point.
Kuwait took out one of ours. It was friendly fit. That wasn't intentional.
Friendly fire.
But no casualties from that. The boys were able to
But the school
hit the eject button. Yeah, one of the Israel rockets hit a all-girls school. That was bad.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Man. And this is what we get to wake up to every morning.
Yeah, there's not really that much. You're better off you leave the TV turned off, unfortunately, because it doesn't bring a lot of affirmation and positivity into your life when you do.
The only thing that brings positivity is the spirit. It's supposed to bring joy. And it's hard.
It is when literally every day, the cost of living's insane. Just existing is insane. If you work in the public sector, people are anything but kind.
Yeah, I'm starting to figure out it's hard to put socks on in the morning too.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's been a thing for me for many years, and you're catching
I'm getting
up
to that age where when we have to put socks on, it's starting to get a little bit taking too much energy.
One of those machines that's where you put the sock in it and then you set it on the floor and then you just step into the sock.
There was a movie, I don't know what movie it was some futuristic movie, and this kid just stood up, and then he stood on this thing and his teeth started getting brushed and the shower happened.
Yeah, there was a few Warner Brother clips that used to do that with Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
so.
Then he was all clothed. It was that's how I wish life was these days.
That would be a little more convenient than the current scenario, because I'd sign me up.
Dude, tying shoes. It's getting bad. All right, it's getting bad. I need to go to the gym. I need to learn how to do some yoga. Got to stretch out these muscles.
Muscles.
What muscles?
I was unaware that fat rolls could double as those, but all right, you got my attention now.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go stretch out my muscles right now.
Yeah. Speaking of muscles, let's get your brain muscles going.
There's nothing left. It's all goo.
Let's get your brain muscles going and try this one more time, one more again.
Yeah.
What's our topic on today?
The shedding of innocent blood.
Shedding of innocent blood.
Yeah.
That was a tough topic. I know they didn't get to hear it.
No,
that was a
shame
tough topic
because it was really good.
Yeah, I know, but let's do the best we can with what we got. All right,
let's submit it for the bad lip reads and
see
how that turns out.
You know what? Someone might be able to lip read all of it.
That would be interesting.
Let's try to do the best we can. So, I think you started off with a verse. Is how we started it.
Well, I mean, yes, because you're tying back into the concept from Proverbs 6. Where it says that there are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination, and the third one, which it's just a little bit eerie how this one landed on this week, because that was not intentional.
No.
Not even.
No, we've been planning on doing just one of each. So run me through. There are 6 and then 7, or 6 and then the 7th one.
No, all of them are. I think that was just basically the scribe speaking parenthetically.
Gotcha.
6 of these are bad, 7 that are they're all an abomination. But literally just kind of putting an emphasis on the overall grouping.
Okay.
But you're literally taking on the topic of taking someone's life who doesn't deserve to have their life taken. Which, one of the caveats to that is that it would also signify that there are those who should have their lives taken. And that's where the concept of war, call it what it is, there's no dancing around this
this is a
topic at hand.
Yeah.
You took out the Ayatollah. He's been in charge for 47 years. Most people have no idea that Iran, prior to the common regime that is there now, the jihadist regime that's taken over from the Islamic Republic, before they were put into power, the United States had a very good relationship with Iran.
It's crazy to think about because ever since I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. It predates you by a solid
friends.
Predates your birth literally by almost 20 years solid.
I feel like that's sometimes how history writes itself, too. Is it just kind of waits out generations.
And there's always a reset that'll physically occur at some point. But you're talking, this particular one is, Iran was a gorgeous place. Persia was an absolutely beautiful empire.
Yeah.
I mean, these people were the epitome of wealth, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Women didn't walk around wearing full hijabs. None of that. That was not a thing in Iran prior to...
Yeah, they said they went to college and...
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, they looked like they were like... They had like the
It was
hippies,
a very
full hippie vibe,
prominent place to be. And a very wealthy nation on top of all that. And then it's like any other time that you find any nation in the entire world that was slowly taken over by either a socialist or a communistic regime. Cuba, Venezuela.
Yeah.
All of these places are satire for that kind of thing physically coming in and happening. And when it does, the societal way of living just absolutely dies, and people become basically indentured slaves. North Korea versus South Korea, another perfect example. That one's probably to the utmost extreme, but literally same type of physicality and concept, which is beyond horrible.
So when we take it biblically, and I like to look at it through a biblical lens and then like a worldview lens, right? In the biblical lens, yes, there was innocent blood shed. Look at David when he and Bathsheba.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Uriah, he ended up getting Uriah killed. So there was innocent bloodshed, and God hates that. Mm-hmm. However, you have the same person, David, who fought Goliath. So there's a need for bloodshed sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it has a purpose and a place. I mean, God was no stranger to completely abolishing entire walks of life.
It's true.
I mean, he,
flood,
wiped the whole earth minus, 7 people?
Yeah.
That's that's fairly significant.
It's a reset.
That's a hard wipe.
But when it becomes innocent blood, I think that's where it gets tricky. And so I look at back in Moses' time. Mm-hmm. All right, you had this prosperous land, Egypt, right? But they were building it off of the backs of the Israelites.
Oh yeah,
and God had to set them free.
Yep.
And you look at just in general Babylon, same thing. They take over the Israelites, and at some point you have to break away from these things that are enslaving you.
Yeah.
And God will set you free.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is there's usually a cost for that, and so war happens to be one of those costs that a lot of people don't want to look at. And there's I understand, because you're watching death, and this is things that we shouldn't be subjected to. I mean, it's starting to affect people's mental health. I mean, we're seeing constant warfare on our screens. And you were talking about it a couple weeks ago that this was the first thing when the news started playing. Was it Desert Storm?
Yeah, in '91, literally. It's that was. I don't know why that was so transcendental at the time, but I guess it was because technology had just evolved enough to that point to where that what you were being relayed and fed didn't have to come in on a delay anymore. And literally, when the evening news would go off at 6:30 or whatever time of night that it was at that time, like I was talking about earlier today, news wasn't on 24. You had news stations that were on like paid subscription that were on 24/7, but your typical over-the-air broadcast, which most people had, you got news literally at like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you watched the 5 o'clock evening news. And if you wanted more, you had to stay up till 11 o'clock at night. Well, 5 o'clock evening news went off by 6:30. And that was when world news came on. That was literally what it was called.
World news.
World news, 100%. And then that would be like Peter Jennings, Dan Rather. There was a couple others that were on at that time. And then as soon as they would finish with their monologue for the next 4 to 6 hours, it would just segue into live artillery coverage from Baghdad, Kuwait, Turkey, Afghanistan, all of that. And if looking back at it, I mean, I was young at that time. I was only 10 when that happened, but I can remember it plain as day.
Yeah.
But it was, if you thought about it, it was so pointless to sit and just let that flow in for hours, because you couldn't tell what was, I mean, you knew what was going on, but it was literally a black night sky over wherever they were recording from with the journalist.
Yeah.
And it was always Baghdad, Kuwait, Turkey, all of that entire northern region. And all you'd see would be the missiles going across the sky. You know, it looks like lights going across the sky. And depending on if they would segue to another area, you may see places getting hit. Which, if you think about it, the fact that we had journalists in both sender and recipient type locations was a little bit screwed up.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing in the world to keep one of those guys. And there was more than one journalist that got killed during that because of that particular scenario. So it's like, what were you accomplishing by feeding this to the American public for hours?
I think, and this goes back to like media feeds too, I feel like the world has done a good job at numbing the heart.
Yeah.
And numbing the mind.
Well, like you said earlier, they call it programming for a reason.
It's called programming for a reason. So, like, for instance, say we're watching True Blood, a vampire show.
Yeah.
All right. 1, there's a lot of sex in True Blood. 2, you have people drinking blood.
Yeah.
And, okay, so now you're like, all right, yeah, vampires are cool. I like vampires. Vampires are cool. And so now it's in your head that you're like, oh, yeah, this is cool. But then you see that on the Epstein files that people are actually drinking children's blood to try to stay young. This is the fountain of youth, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like after a while, you're like, this should make me feel sick on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point it does, right? As you start seeing these files and start reading through it. But sometimes I feel like people are either just like, oh yeah, I heard about this, and they just kind of like don't pay attention to it, or they just like blow it off.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been so subjected to what they've been watching, what they've been programming.
It's numbing.
Well, it's been numbing their heart. And it starts making it harder and harder for you to, I guess, move through life with God. You know what I mean? Because you're at a point where
it slowly dulls the care.
The care. Yeah.
That's ultimately what happens, because the easiest way to incorporate something to becoming a societal norm is to callous the heart.
Yeah.
And the more it occurs, you introduce the same thing on 50 different avenues, eventually it's going to be accepted as a societal norm.
You look at the Charlie Kirk situation.
Yeah.
Well, one, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with that. But let's take it at face value as to what it was displayed as. Shots rang out. And we're watching it on our phones, a man being killed, innocent blood. And I don't know how we're supposed to be okay with that, but people just keep going back to work.
Oh yeah.
Things are just business as usual.
Yeah.
I was at work. I think I was at the home show. And this is what I like about my company. I'm going to throw this out there. I guess most people, like, they just kind of go to work, and they're like, yeah, this is work, and then I go home. A lot of the higher-ups were, like, stressed about what was going on. They're like, this isn't right. And to see that in their heart, that they're seeing that there's things that are going on in the world, and they're like, there's some issues here. And and they're like, "Are you okay?" Like they were willing to ask, like, "Am I okay to work today because of what's going on in the
Yeah.
world?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." Like it just seemed weird to me.
Yeah.
Like this is not stuff that people
Well, it's
normally
no
do.
longer,
And I'll give them,
companies as a whole have, not yours. You're
yeah, I'll give
pretty
them
fortunate.
credit. I'll give them credit. They stood out.
Companies as a whole have taken on the deli clock number system,
Yeah, where you just
and
remember.
you are literally next up.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters to them.
Shh, Alexa's trying to talk.
Yes, for some reason, everything is conspired against us
Dude,
today.
this is not a conversation we're supposed to be having.
Apparently.
So let's make it worth it.
That's all right.
So,
But yeah, I mean, literally, the whole concept of just show up, punch in, do what we tell you to do, go home has become the societal norm. And I've seen that degradation of employer-worker relationship.
this is where we brought up aliens. This was that same kind of concept. So they've tried to release these files 3 times. You know, the first time they're like, "Oh, aliens are in the ocean," and then Obama, "Oh, aliens are real," and then Trump, "Oh, we're gonna release the files. We're gonna release the files." And everyone's like, "Yeah, like if it doesn't help me or make it where I don't have to go to work in the morning, like it doesn't really affect me. So I really don't care."
Yeah, because you had people that for 30, 40, 50 years literally just bombarded the government to get them to tell what they knew
Yeah.
about extraterrestrial life. And
now it's convenient
mum's
to
the word. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have the blah, 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 blah. And I mean, literally, people didn't even blink.
What are we doing over here? Pay attention to this hand.
Yeah, smoke
Don't
and
look at the
mirrors.
Epstein files over here.
Yeah.
Don't look at the war we're about to start.
Yep.
Aliens are real.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I feel like there are people that are caught up in that stuff, that are stressed about this stuff, but there are some that are just numb to it. Turn away. It's not happening in my area.
It doesn't affect
so I'm good.
me.
Yeah. And goes back to even like driving down the road.
Yeah.
You see a car accident.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I need to pray for that person. I need to stop and make sure they're okay. Some people are like, oh, I'm glad that didn't happen to me. Keep driving.
Yep.
It's weird.
Well,
it's
it's the societal callous.
Yeah.
Literally, because it inundates every facet of your life. There's no way to keep it from, just at some point overwhelming, but it's like you need to be sure to keep those lines divided from things that matter and things that don't matter and not just be caught up in the bucket.
So do you feel like the powers that be are trying to numb us so that way we're not connected to God?
Well,
Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, literally, the devil has a fair audience.
Yeah.
And he'll use whatever avenue that he has to push his agenda. And if you can literally reap the masses through media, which is something that touches everyone in the world every day at multiple points, whether it's on this thing, whether it's on a television, whether it's on a radio, a newspaper, I mean, it doesn't matter. You're going to impact media somehow, some way, every single day, unless you're living in a cave or under a rock.
We had a friend, we were talking about this too, but we had a friend that, for years, years, shout out to Nate, man, for being in the loop, but for years telling us about all this stuff that sounded so outlandish. Mm-hmm. It was almost insane, the things. He's like, oh, this is happening, they're connected to this, and I think he's like 30-0 on his conspiracy theories that he was bringing up
the
to
dots
the table.
all eventually start to connect.
Yeah, man. And to be honest, I feel like as Christians in general, we need to be more aware.
Yeah.
Because awareness is a big thing. And one thing that I noticed, especially with how the world is behaving and how it's trying to manipulate the people, is that spiritual warfare is real. 100% spiritual warfare is real. And when I was teaching a class a couple months ago on spiritual warfare, what I noticed is I posed the question. I said, hey, do you guys think that demons are real? And no one raised their hand. They're like, yes or no. Like, it was a yes or no question. And they're like, no one raised their hand. And then I said, okay, do you guys believe that spiritual warfare is real? And again, in this class, they didn't raise their hand. And it was almost awestruck to me because we believe the words of the Bible are true, right? Most Christians do. They're like, oh, God's word is true. Well, in God's word, it talks about spiritual warfare, spiritual battles, armor that we're supposed to put on to
Yeah.
protect us from these things.
But the battle you fight is not flesh and blood, but powers and principalities and spiritual
Yeah.
wickedness in dark places.
And so to me, I feel like there has to be a way for Christians in general to protect themselves from what is being viewed and displayed and broadcasted everywhere, right?
Mhm.
To guard the heart,
Mhm.
right? And to guard the eyes. But like, I feel like it's really hard to, because no matter where you look, there's either lust here or there's war over here, or like, I feels like there's nowhere is safe.
That's why you have to look through life with a spiritual lens.
Yeah.
And it's discernment at the end of the day, because if you don't, you're going to literally just be completely inundated 24/7 with everything that's going to work as a detractor and to bring you down. Because if you literally, that's all there is to it. I hate that sounds so simplistic, but it really is that simple at the end of the day. You have to have God-given wisdom and discernment and knowledge and interpretation to know, okay, I need to hear this. I need to pay attention to this, run it through the filter, pull out the parts I need, and carry on.
Yeah.
And it's so simplistic in concept, but there are millions of people that don't know the first thing about that. So literally, it's just a flood. It comes in, it inundates them, it overwhelms them, it takes them over, and now you win.
Yeah.
You got what you wanted. They couldn't possibly think about Jesus or atonement if their life depended on it, because they're over here shaking in the corner wondering, my God, when am I getting hit, bombed, blown up, killed next?
The word says to fear not.
Mm-hmm.
Fear not. Like, how many times? 360 times?
365.
365 times. Fear not. Do not be afraid.
Yep.
Yeah. And the spirit of fear is everywhere. And it's insane to me that there is so many people that are paranoid, and they're like, I don't know why I'm anxious, I have depression, I don't know why I have all these things.
Well, it's because their spirit is screaming out.
Yeah, and
for basically to be fed what it needs to be fed. And when the spirit the spirit being in fight or flight mode versus the flesh being in fight or flight mode is two very different things. The body will eventually wear itself out.
Yeah. And then you become mentally tired.
You won't wear the spirit out. Not your one that's in you.
Yeah.
That's why you don't sleep at 3 a.m. That's why you run on E all the time. That's why you're a nervous wreck 24/7. That's why you can't focus. Because every single thing that's trying to filter what needs to be in your life and what doesn't need to be in your life is literally living in a chaotic hell that's manifesting itself with everything you're feeding it.
And yet we keep feeding it.
Yeah.
We keep feeding it.
It's like an addiction.
Yeah, and I think that's where like fasting comes in. It just becomes so necessary.
It can help, yes.
And there are ways to fast where you actually get closer to God.
Yep.
And then sometimes I feel like the world is trying to manipulate that too, in a way.
Oh, yeah.
You have the fact that, I'm going to do this fast. I'm going to do intermittent fasting. It helps me with my bloating and all this. And we've lost the fact that when we fast, it's supposed to be to honor God and to get close to Him.
Well, it was for revelation. It was honestly for power.
Yeah.
And let's call it what it was. I mean, it definitely changed power levels.
I mean, look at Daniel.
Yeah.
He would fast and
it's like we talked about earlier today. And I said, the disciples came back to Jesus and they had someone with demons that they couldn't get rid of. They were endowed with power.
Yeah.
They were given the authority. So why? Why could they not get rid of the demons? And they come back and Jesus said, this kind comes out by prayer and fasting. So there's something there that, treat it like a gas tank, if you will, or however you want to visualize it, that there is something that transcendentally changes when you basically sacrifice It is a sacrifice that's made when you fast that changes something within you to put you into a better position of power. There's no easier way to say it.
You've fasted. You said you did a lot of fasting when you were younger.
Yeah.
How hard was that? Because I feel like as Christians, a lot of times we're like,
There's some of them,
hard
man, that
times.
are absolutely. I mean, there's so many different fasts. I mean, everybody thinks fast is. I'm just not going to eat. I mean, everybody. That's the quit mentality that comes in.
I tried to fast, and then I ended up sick the next day, and I had like food poisoning. How are you fasting and still get food poisoning within the same time span?
That one didn't work out too well.
Maybe it was a
for
stomach
you.
flu. I don't know.
Something worked its way in.
It was crazy.
But yeah, I mean, there's a myriad of different ways to fast, and each one of them, biblically speaking, basically line it up with the person who was doing it and what they were attaining to do, or to make occur in their life. And that sounds bad because it makes it sound like you got a leverage button with God when you do it. You don't. He doesn't owe you anything. Everything he ever owed you is in that word. All you got to do is read it. But that's the biggest fault that people get into with that concept of fasting, because now it's derived completely out of the spiritual realm and it's just taught as a flesh.
Self-help.
Yeah, self-help. Take your gummies, take your vitamins, work out, do your push-ups, drink more water.
It'll make you look good.
Yeah.
And your good girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vanity portion definitely comes in very quick.
It's kind of crazy.
But with the shedding of innocent blood, you're dealing completely with the concept of taking the life of those who don't deserve to have their life removed from them.
I feel like the reason that God hates it so much, and I mean, we should all hate it so much.
Yeah.
You're taking away a life that was so beautiful and so precious.
Well, I mean, life is the very thing in which he was the most proud in creating.
Yeah.
So much so that he sacrificed the thing that meant the most to him to perpetuate it and keep it alive.
And one thing that we were talking about this morning that I don't think we brought up yet was the topic of abortion.
Yeah.
As much as the world will tell you it's okay, it's my body, my choice.
Yeah, no, your choice ended when you decided and made the decision to reproduce.
Yeah.
Whether it was, accidental or not, if I stand on the train track long enough,
Yeah.
I'm going to get hit by a train.
So I'd say your pro-life stance.
You'd be right.
I was I was an idiot for most of my life. All right, until I got older. I like to be honest and transparent. And I felt like I was using plan B as plan A for quite a while.
Yep.
And we go back to that numbing of things. Like when I was growing up in school, it was, it was taught that you
was
use
taught as an option.
And then if that doesn't work out, you got plan B, there's options. It's only $50. Just go to Walgreens.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until a miscarriage when I was actually really excited about life that God was like, oh, now you care.
Yeah.
And it's set inside of my soul, and that's when my stance changed.
Yeah.
Because they were all life.
Oh yeah,
they were all life. There was all chances, and I'm looking at what, oh, well, I don't think I'm ready to be a dad, or, oh, this isn't going to help with my lifestyle, or, oh, I don't really like this person. I'm not going to marry this person, so I don't want to be tied down to this. This is good. This is okay. And it was so jaded. And then when I finally find one that I care about, and you're excited, and you're, about to decorate the room, and then the miscarriage happens. And then you're like...
It's a hard reset.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize that in the Bible, people felt cursed when they couldn't have kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were punished away from society. Like there's something...
Yeah.
Like a leper.
And now society says you're cursed if you have kids. Oh, it's not good. Yeah. You have things that you need to do now.
Yeah.
But God is placing that person there for a reason. Right? Whether it's an accident or not. And the best way to not have the accident is to stay honest and to not get into those situations. And God always says that he'll give you the out. There's always an out.
He'll always make a way of escape. That's why when it comes to sexual sin, that it literally the Bible doesn't say stand there and talk to it, sit there and try to rationalize with it, sit there and try to argue with it. It literally says run.
Literally, David, man after God's own heart. I mean, killed tons of Philistines.
Oh yeah.
And did it in the honor of God. Standing on a roof and decides that he's going to take a look. Oh, is that Bathsheba? Yeah, that's Bathsheba. Oh, she's good looking. Maybe I should have her come over to my place. Turns into this lustful situation that then leads into an situation, right? They didn't have plan B back then. And his plan B was, well, let me get my friend, the person I care about, Uriah, let's get him drunk and then send him home, and then it'll be around that same time. And now if a baby comes, it'll make sense. But Uriah was like, nah, man, I still got people at war. Like, I can't do that. And so he tries it one more time, doesn't work, and he's like, you know what? Let's kill him. Literally, lust led to a man after God's own heart into committing and shedding innocent blood.
Yeah. 100%. And, you know, once it's done, it's done. There's no do-overs on that.
Can't take it back. Much as you want to. And so I look back at, like, past self Alex. Past self Alex was an idiot. All right? Like, I mean, it was... Ugh. And sometimes even that makes it hard to want to move forward.
Oh, yeah.
It's so easy to get stuck in that.
Oh, it's easier, period. Because it doesn't require you to pay attention to conviction.
Yeah, and on top of that, like, after, you know, that happens and you get that change of heart, now you're like, man, I was a mess up, and you'll get stuck in the past. You look back like a pillar of salt.
Yep. Living in condemnation.
And God just trying to free you from that.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
What's done is done.
Being,
you got to move on.
It is hard to move forward from that. And so if you can step away from that before that becomes a problem and walk with God, I encourage you to do it. Like, as much as the world tells you that losing your virginity is the best thing ever, it's actually not. Because it's a union between man and a woman. They become one flesh, right? They're walking with God. It's like, it's literally a triangle. Jesus at the top, right? And it's beautiful. But we treat it like it's...
Nothing.
Nothing.
And everything God ever did was sealed with a blood covenant.
Yeah.
Everything God ever did. Every single thing. From keeping the death angel from going into houses to a new covenant with Moses.
Yeah.
To
Jesus.
The atonement of all mankind. Every single ounce of it.
Yeah.
Was done with blood. So much so that literally you even had livestock as a placeholder until Jesus was crucified.
I think it's so crazy.
Blood carries more power than you can humanly imagine. It's the power of life.
And then we wonder why people, sick, disgusting people, are choosing to drink such thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's very transcendental of what it can do.
And what's even crazier is it's from innocent kids that are
100%
trafficked. It's sickening.
It's beyond sickening. It's almost incomprehensible.
It's evil.
Yeah.
And like, you want to have hope because God is supposed to give you hope. And there's hope. We know that he wins this battle, but sometimes when you're in the battle, it is just so hard to see the touchdown zone. You know what I mean? If you're on the football field and Jesus is with you, I mean, he did 90% of the work. You're in it with him, right? He already won the game. The game's over.
Well, the part that those who are Christians have such a trouble, I don't know what the right word is for it, just accepting or dealing with is we have the hope for a perfect eternity.
Yeah.
And for a lot of us, we're just looking to try to figure out where the finish line is.
Because you can't see it.
Because you can't see it. You don't know. You don't know the hour nor the day. You don't know when you're going to take your last breath. I don't know when I'm going to take mine. Might be today. Might be 90 years. I don't know when it's going to end up being. I have no clue. But you try to live with the concept of hope constantly, but literally everything around you does anything and everything that it possibly can to strip that from you.
And I think that's by design.
Oh, it's 100%
Because
by design.
if he can get you to lose hope, right, and lose hope in humanity, lose hope in the world, lose
he
hope
can
in
slowly
God.
chip away at that atonement concept that you have a better waiting for you.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have to. The devil doesn't have to get you to become a murderer or to become an adulterer or what. Pick your sin.
Look away.
It doesn't matter. All he really has to do is get your eyes off of Jesus. He's the best distractor on the face of the planet. He does everything through deceit and distraction.
Yeah.
The look over here mentality.
Don't look at this
literally.
hand.
That's why that literally you read your Bible and it says, think on these things that are pure, things that are lovely, things that are of good report. When you find me anything that's been on the evening news in the last 6 months that fills any of those categories, and I'll pay you big money because it doesn't exist.
They won't airtime it.
No, of course not, because it doesn't fit the narrative. Mainstream media has become probably one of the devil's best weapons that's ever been physically created in modern time.
I think social media.
It's all the same. Mainstream media, social media.
Social media you can take with you continuously. I mean, now you can't YouTube TV,
all of it.
But like, I mean, you're scrolling through and you're at the mercy of people's mental health.
At the end of the day, it's literally called an algorithm. If you think that algorithm isn't processed,
it's called a feed.
Yeah. Literally, it's called programming when you watch it on a TV. It's called a feed when you watch it on here. So much so that you can subscribe to some of it.
Oh, I'm cool with this.
Wrap your head around that.
Get that back.
Follow. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow this. Don't follow that.
Don't hate on the subscribe. I got one. I got a button right there.
A button right there at the bottom of the
Don't
screen.
be hating on the subscribe button.
Subscribe and follow.
No.
But it's a
I get what
different
you're saying.
form of content, and every bit of that is all mainstream media narrative.
Yeah.
And that's why it gets the prevalence and the presence that it does across.
I mean, the algorithms push and push and push. And you know what, though? I've noticed on my algorithm, it keeps getting darker and darker. It's like it'll start giving you a few videos, and then like there'll be some happy videos. You'll see a cat every once in a while. But, like the more you scroll, and the longer you stay on a certain video, so like there's dark things on. You're like, what's happening? And then it becomes darker and darker until one day you're like, oh, this is just my feed. Yeah. And I just casually keep looking through these things.
Yeah, I've gotten into
it. Could be lust. It could be whatever.
It can be anything that because it doesn't.
You're curating your own
It literally knows how long that thing is on the visible portion of your screen.
It can. It has eye tracking to see how your pupils dilate to it.
It watches the pneumatic response. And that's why literally you turn on mine, it is cats.
I know. I love that you send me cat videos. You reset my feed all the time. You got to have a friend in this. I think that's the thing, too.
It helps.
Is you got to have a friend because it's a brutal world.
Yeah.
All right? And the world tells you to just shut up, go to work, and go home and
shove it down. You're a man.
Shove it down. Don't say anything.
Be a man.
Yeah. Or woman.
Yeah.
I feel like it's getting worse for women, too.
Oh, it undoubtedly is.
I mean, luckily, women, though, they have people that'll tell them they're beautiful every day.
They tend to have a little better support system than most guys do.
Guys don't. And you wonder why their mental health is down and why suicide rates are up. Yeah. And I feel like they've I don't know if we've already talked about this or if I'm blending episodes here because we mixed two, but mental health is being disguised. If you look back in Jesus' day, that was demons.
Yeah. When you had somebody that came out raving like a lunatic, it was a very well-known and understood concept. That person's under demonic influence.
Yeah. But now
it's, they have a chemical imbalance.
Yeah, let's prescribe them Prozac and
let's give them some pills.
Send them on their way.
And the pills don't fix the problem, folks.
That's the problem.
All it does is make you so numb that you don't care.
Yeah, I was watching this commercial. She's holding this mask. It's like a smiley face mask.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about how like she's really depressed, and so she's like she looks sad underneath the mask, but she's like holding up this smiley face. And you know what's crazy is I think it's an accurate commercial, but not about what the drug's doing for you.
No, not at all. No.
I think it's an accurate representation of what the drug does to you.
Yeah.
It puts a mask on.
It gives you a mask to wear.
Yeah.
It's false.
False.
Fake.
Yeah. It's probably the realest commercial I'd ever seen.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they've been doing with that stuff for 40 years.
Yeah. Then you mix with alcohol, and you black out.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're suscepting your body to demonic
tons of other things.
Influence.
Yeah, you open up the doors, he'll walk in, hands down.
So you have a section in the Bible talks about a clean house.
Yep.
We did some cleaning today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, actual cleaning. But
my back is telling me I did it too. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the chairs, they're good too, but
chairs are fine. My back is not.
My whole back will pop. You're supposed to be able to clean house, right? If there's demonics, Jesus can clean it out. But it's up to you to then protect it and keep it occupied with the Holy Spirit, right? The Holy Spirit is supposed to be there. Mm-hmm. Now, the demons are smart, and they will loop back. They'll check and be like, hey, the lights are on. Is there anyone inside? Is the door open? Mm-hmm. Right? And they'll come back, but they'll bring more and more.
Sevenfold.
And I think that's a perfect representation of what happens is that, like, yes, we might do something one time, and then we're like, I'm sorry about this, God. I shouldn't have done that.
Yep.
But then, like, life gets in the way, and you get distracted, and you're like, oh, I'm not really focusing on God anymore. And then you've done it before.
Yeah.
So, like, what's one more time? And now you're bringing it back, and you're allowing it back.
Yeah.
And Jesus is like, I already cleaned it. Like, and he'll keep cleaning it.
Yeah.
He'll keep cleaning the house. But it's better just to lock the door.
Fill the room.
Fill the room. Make it where it's impossible. Like, you could tell Alexa, I guess is what, yeah, I'm trying to get her to ping, but you could tell her, hey, play my depression playlist, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or you could say, play worship playlist. Like, if you're feeling sad, you could just get more sad, you know? Or you can praise God through it, and it'll change.
Yeah.
There's been science proven that there are different frequencies. There are healing frequencies in worship music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah. And yet we want to drown ourselves in, oh, well, you know, pop some pills, or whatever it might be.
Right. One placebo after another instead of going to something that can actually yield an actual result.
Yeah, if I've been depressed and I gotten through a breakup, why am I listening to a man screaming about a breakup?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I just be like, hey, God, where are you, God?
Yeah, bury your problems in the bottom of a whiskey jar. It's not going to...
No.
Problems will still be there in the morning. You're just going to numb them for the night.
Yeah.
If you make it through the night.
And so you have innocent blood being shed right now, and we have to find a way to protect ourselves. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like turning a blind eye is almost just as bad.
Well, it is, because then you become... It's not really the most accurate statement, but guilty by association, because it's the whole see something, say something concept.
See something, say something.
And if you literally just want to walk through life like a horse with blinders on, yeah, you can skirt right past anything going on that's not supposed to be going on. But in awareness comes voice.
It's true.
And the more people who know, the devil doesn't like being exposed. Ever. That one will tick him off faster than anything, because
he'll turn off our audio.
If you get a logical person that has the ability to address a crowd or to draw attention to a problem or a situation or a scenario that is currently manifesting and unfolding itself in real time in modern day life, he will do everything in his power to shut that voice up. Charlie Kirk is a perfect example.
I was about to say that.
Spot on. And he didn't get loud.
No.
He didn't.
He just sat down.
He
off
sat
the microphone.
And he talked to people. And the devil hates it when you can absolutely annihilate him with actual logic.
It is written.
Yeah. Yeah. Here is your stipulated set of facts that no matter what side of the aisle you're on, you can't argue it. And when you set those on the table for someone to come and look at with their own two eyes, that's why when you watch the man talk to these people, it didn't matter if he was engaging with someone that was 18 years old or 55 years old.
Yep.
Even the most secular, divided, humanistic, demoralized individual in the entire world can't argue logic when it's plainly put out there in a way that simply can't be manipulated.
You know what's crazy too is he always did it with love. I mean,
Yeah.
there were times where people were coming and attacking him, and he had to say something.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? But
He'd let them run their mouth.
if someone
and then he'd
truly had a
talk.
question or was lost,
He would talk
Guide
them
them.
through whatever it was.
he'd guide them through it. Yeah, and I think that was a beautiful thing. And there are people in this world that are trying to make a difference. So you might be like, yeah, Alex, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. This is a really like there's too much. I don't know how I can help.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that already have foundations in place that can help.
Yeah.
And that's why we partnered with the Tim Tebow Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know that he not only does the trafficking, but he also helps people that have autism and Down syndrome. And
Don't he call them Night of Hope or something like that when he does the events? And it's basically, they're like proms.
Yeah.
For the individuals with Down
I think
syndrome.
it's King and Queens.
Oh, yeah, he does prom kings and queens and everything. Like, it's a full-blown event when he holds these. And he does. There's hundreds of these every year that he does.
And he's willing to go into these dark places and share God's light.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you're wondering, like, hey, I know about all these things that are happening. I'm trying to figure out how I can help. Sign on. You can log on to our website and go onto the outreach page and click the Tim Tebow Foundation or Project Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
And you can donate however you like. But these are going to be people that are already established, that know the inner workings of things and can actually make a difference.
A difference with it. They have the resources. They have the reach.
Yeah.
Necessary. And if you can't do that, honestly, sometimes the very best thing that you can humanly do in a world that's inundated with what we're all currently experiencing right now, find a quiet place.
It's true.
If something is unraveling in your mind and you literally just can't stop thinking about it, open your mouth. Because I guarantee you will never in your entire life be able to sit there and, have this mental game of basically rock'em sock'em robots with your mind, where that you're trying to fight off everything that's weighing you down.
Yeah.
But if you got that in your head, start talking.
Or if writing, journaling.
Or start journaling. Find someone to talk to. Find somewhere to go volunteer. Occupy yourself.
Help others.
Go help others.
Yeah.
If you feel like this is just so much that it's completely just inundating you to the point of where you're useless, find a shelter somewhere. It could be an animal shelter. It could be a soup kitchen.
Yeah, cats have a way of making you feel better. That's for sure.
Find your local nursing home.
Something.
Find a day that they have like an open 2-hour window, like with the crafts section going on with the older people.
Yeah.
Just go talk. Those old people will take your mind off everything else that's going on in the world today.
They might say some funny things too.
They might, absolutely. If nothing else, they may tell you all their troubles and take yours out of your own mind.
There's so
whatever
many
it
ways.
may be.
Yeah.
But there's a trillion ways, to shift your focus to where the demoralization of society doesn't become the only thing that you participate in.
Agreed. I feel like, it's what you open your eyes to, right? The world's going to keep trying to shove this down your throat.
Yeah.
It's up to you to be like, I'm going to eat
Turn it
this.
off. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Sometimes a television is the worst thing you can ever own.
That's true.
Hands down. And you've I'm the oxymoron. I think I still somehow
You have
managed
televisions that you never turn on.
There's a big screen in every single room in this house except the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I watch less television in a year's time.
It drives you crazy just to have it on.
I hate TVs.
I know. And yet you run a
Guy that
podcast.
used to sell electronics. They were my bread and butter.
Maybe that's why you hate it.
I don't know. I loved tech when I was going through it. But even as a child, I was never one to sit there just glued and enamored with whatever was on the television. That's
Did you
why.
ever think the tech that you saw would turn into a cage for someone?
Oh my God, that never even crossed my mind. My brain wasn't there at that point. I wouldn't have been able to even wrap my head around that.
I never thought about it like that, but like,
That's
me
it.
too. I used to sell it.
That's why people call it an idiot box.
Yeah.
Literally. Oh yeah, I've heard that reference a million times. Absolutely. Turn off the idiot box.
Sounds like an old person term.
Well, that's what I was raised by, so that would make good logical sense at the end of the day. Yeah,
My
it
mom
was
used to
not
put
a
like
staple.
regulations on how much video games I could play, and 30 minutes a day max.
And
Go
I
play
guess-
outside.
I guess I'm the oddball there too, considering I stopped gaming at 9 years old.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
A lot.
Just kidding.
That's all right.
Hey, Christians can have fun too. We were playing Rocket League last night.
You know, you were playing Rocket League. I watched.
It's fun to watch. I mean, dude, you're just hitting the ball back and forth, all right? But yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy world.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, is there anything that you want to leave with them about shedding of innocent blood that you feel like can really help them move in their life, change their life?
Well, you're dealing with probably, out of the 7 things that are in that scripture from Proverbs, that one is probably the closest to God's heart. If I had to say there was one, because it's very finite. Once it's done, it's done. There's no taking it back. There's no do-overs. You can't just magically reset from that. Don't live, if you've experienced it and you brought it on yourself, don't live in condemnation from it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I
that's
can
what the
attest to
cross
that
took
one.
care of. So
I feel awful.
the devil will work whatever angle that he has to work to try to keep you away from God, no matter what it is. And if he can't trip you into guilt or flood you with condemnation or prop you up with arrogance, he will spin that wheel as many times as he can to see if he can get any entity of whatever's gone on in your life to stick.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, the less ammunition that you give him, the less shots you're gonna have to take.
It's true.
Don't load a gun and point it at yourself and then be mad when it goes off.
I gave him a lot of ammo when I was younger.
Arsenals.
Yeah.
You did. But
Dude's got nukes on me.
yeah.
Eh.
But the funny thing is that here you are today and none of them stick.
You know what? That's true. That's true. And I feel like we self-condemn ourselves way more than anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, literally, that's anybody that first starts in the Christian walk, that's the absolute playbook for Satan.
Yeah, you're
Hands
not good
down.
enough to be
Well,
here.
do you remember? What about when you did?
What if they find out about this?
Yeah, remember that time whatever, fill in the blank. Everybody in the face of the planet can do it, and if you can't, you're a habitual liar.
It's true.
Sorry, burst your bubble there on that one. But don't live in the condemnation of what has been. Focus on what the scripture says is supposed to be. Focus on those things that he tells you. That first and foremost, focus on what he says to be focused upon.
Sure.
And your entire mindset and view of life has to change from that. It's impossible for it not unless you're just...
It becomes fruit.
Yeah.
For other people because you're connected to a source.
Yeah.
You can plant a plant anywhere, but if there's no source of water, it's not going to thrive.
Yeah, I mean, you cast seeds, but if they don't fall on good soil, they're not going to grow. That's just the way it physically works.
Yeah.
But change what you feed yourself. And the number one thing with everything going on in the world that is going on today, something we're not really all that used to dealing with, not quite this close to home as this particular scenario is with everything that's unleashed in the last, 4 days in now on this?
I mean, we're a weekend with the Epstein files. It's been
I meant
about
with
2
just
weeks
the
total.
Iran issue.
Yeah.
That started on, I guess it was Saturday.
I mean, all this started in 2020. Let's just call it what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally, start by stopping the amount that you're feeding yourself. If you still want to know what's going on in the world every day, okay, limit it.
Yeah.
Find something else to focus on.
Yeah.
I don't care if you turn on a game show network. I don't care if you turn on Tetris. If you want to get some bird seed and put out a bird feeder.
Go play some Sudoku. Yeah, honestly, looking at God's creation helps a lot.
Oh my God! Yeah,
sunsets are
water.
I feel like sunsets is how God talks to me.
If you live near the coast, watch the waves.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in the mountains, oh my, you lucky human.
Yeah, that's your place.
That is my absolute solitude. I can go there and sit and not even.
Just to run to the
move.
mountains, or no, flee to the mountains when things start going bad.
It's a good place to go.
Wonder
Every time
why.
Jesus
Wonder why he
prayed,
says go to the mountains.
Jesus had a thing for mountains, so I'm right there. I'm gonna
He did his
go ahead.
best.
And I'm gonna.
He did his best work on elevations. All right.
He did.
Yeah. Sermon
Took
on
him
the
to the
Mount.
high place.
Yeah.
Maybe he felt a little closer to his father. I don't know.
Probably.
Could have been. I don't know. I do when I go there.
I did too.
But just limit the amount of garbage,
Yeah. Take a walk.
because there's things in this world you're going to be able to change, and there's much, much, much more that you're not
Yeah.
going to be able to change. However, it states in the scripture that you have been given power and authority over all things. Learn how to exercise it. Learn how to walk in it.
I think for me, what I'd leave is, instead of self-care, focusing on self-care, focus on spiritual care.
Yeah.
Because the world keeps telling you, oh, you need to, you go out, we're at the gym, blah, blah, this, that. Which, yes, healthy, great, 100%. But if you're not feeding your spirit, and you're not constantly staying close to God, staying in prayer, staying in your Bible, just diving into a verse or a section or a chapter or a couple chapters a day, staying close with God, staying with the relationship with God, you're severing yourself from a 3-part being.
Yeah.
And you're only a 2-part being at that point, and you're not functioning correctly.
Your soul is longing and hungry for something that you won't feed it.
Yeah. So stop feeding it, like Richie is saying, the negative. Connect to the spirit. I'm telling you, it'll change. It's walking representation of what can happen if you just kind of just focus on them.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I do Bible studies, and then they turn into lessons that I teach. So that's 2 days a week, right? Because I do the study the day or two before. I do the lesson. We do a podcast. That's 3 days a week. You got prayer. There are times where I'm in my car just listening to worship music. It's nonstop. Like, literally, I have more conversations about God than I do about my job sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell them that. But
I mean, you do with the people that you work with.
yeah, like there are times where like he just comes up, and I love those conversations. Find people that have that same interest, that can guide your soul. Don't be afraid to like let iron sharpen iron.
No.
Hop into a Bible study
It's only
group.
going to make you better.
It'll make you better. If this is your Bible study group, welcome to the Bible study
Yeah.
group. Like whatever it might be. But surround yourself with it.
You have to.
Immerse yourself in it.
Yeah.
And it'll
Focus on
change you.
something better than what is, and you'll see a natural change
And
take
then,
place.
as Kamala Harris would say, joy will cometh in the morning. But I'm gonna leave you guys with that. If you need anything from us, feel free to reach out. I think that we're good.
Absolutely.
Good? Catch you next time. Sorry that the audio was bad the first time. Hopefully we did a decent job this time.
This message is brought to you by the Losing Faith Digital Sanctuary. If this encouraged your heart, please share this video, like it, and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to get a copy of Losing Faith, Navigating the Chessboard of Doubt and Faith, visit losingfaithbook.com. If you want to help us share hope with others, find out how at losingfaithbook.com/outreach. And to stay connected, follow us at bio.site/losingfaith.